Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Henry medium glass shade pendant. This is the 134553. This is the one that's 14.4 inches in diameter at the bottom of that cone hood. There's a smaller version of this available as well, the 184253. That one is 9.2 inches in diameter. Go check that out too. You want to make sure you see both of these. Watch both videos too. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself. 8.9 inches high, that's before we get to what it's hanging from. 14.4 inches in diameter. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling is going to give you a range. It's going to start off at 14.5. It's going to go to 44.5 as standard product. If you need yours to be longer than 44.5, drop me a quick email. Tell me what you're looking for. So say you're looking at the 134553, tell me what you need. So tell me you're looking for 85 inches overall height or 120, doesn't matter. And tell me if it's slope ceiling adaptable that you need too in that same email, because I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, where it'll come back with an answer of what we can do for you. Adds a little time and money, but we do customs every day. So let's talk about how Hubbardton Forge does all of this magic. So they're using a system of interconnected rods. So these rods have threading on both ends on the inside. You're going to be getting automatically with this two 12-inch rods, 1/6 and 1/3, and a bunch of these little tiny connectors like this guy right here. There you go. This has threading on the ends, and it basically they screw together. And I want to show you a little more information about that. And how we do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link that's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how things go together. It's going to show you that during your assembly, you're basically going to take the bottom part with the wires coming out of it, the fixture, and you're going to slowly put those wires through each of the pieces one by one. So you're going to put it through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, eventually exiting the canopy, and then you just screw everything together. So you're going to kind of build your fixture as you go. And when you screw these together, they become really tight. You can barely even see a seam is there. I mean, it's pretty, the precision of Hubbardton Forge is really amazing when you kind of look at it clearly. Okay, so moving on from there, let's talk about the canopy up at the top. 5-inch round canopy. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box, just like that. This is not very heavy. It's pretty light, actually, and it's also slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. What you don't notice is there's a knuckle at the top of this, just like that. See how that bends? So it'll be like that, and it's coming straight down. You can see lots more information about this canopy on those installations instructions. There's always some good drawings there, so take advantage of that. Okay, moving on from there, let's talk about glass really quick. You've got two options in your pull-down menu for glass. One is going to be frosted, very pretty, and that means you're not going to really be able to see much of the bulb. But remember, you may be looking up into this depending on how you have it installed. The other one is going to be clear, which is also very pretty. It's a beautiful piece of glass. It's very heavy cast glass. Hubbardton Forge goes way out of their way for those kind of things. As far as what you can put into it, it's really up to you. It's going to be using a medium base socket, pointing down, obviously, and the recommended bulb is an A19, and that's just a standard size light bulb we all grew up with. We all know this bulb. Very simple, just screws in. Every store you walk into, basically even your grocery store and drugstore, even sells these bulbs, so you don't have to worry about that part of it. You can go up to 100 watts for an incandescent bulb if you want to go there, old school. Dimmable fixture, just use a regular dimmer. Remember, you're going to be able to see this too. Some people like to use those kind of cool Edison bulbs, the old-timey bulbs with a little point on them that look a little bit like this. Those are kind of cool too. They look nice in this. I've seen that happen a lot. Other people will use kind of a version of that is a regular bulb, and it's clear and has a little filaments. These are called phosphorus LEDs. So when you get into LEDs, it's really up to you what you put into this. Remember, you're going to be kind of seeing up into it, so you want to kind of see something that's pretty, basically. So kind of pick your bulbs on the aesthetic nature of them, as well as what's going on with the light coming out of those. And there's no limit when you get into LEDs because they don't generate much heat. They just generate a lot of light, and they use very little electricity. So with LEDs, we always talk about the color of the light coming out. We talk about that they're going to be offered to you in 2700 Kelvin. That is 2700 K. That's super yellow, like a setting sun. They're also going to be offering you these in daylight. And daylight sounds warm. It's not warm. Daylight is a blue-white hospital waiting room light. Overcast day, that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white, and that's 3000 Kelvin, which I can't stress enough how nice that is. That's the light that's coming down on my hands right now. So this is a nice warm glow coming from LEDs just above that are 3000 Kelvin. Remember, it is a dimmable fixture. If you're going to be using dimmable LEDs, make sure it says dimmable on the box or online if you're looking for these bulbs. Very important. Tell your installer you're using a dimmable LED so they use the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.